Okay, so just now I really attract to the our presenter before this from Croatia, Darat Ghana. Thank you so much for your sharing your stories. It's really interesting, and because it can be related with my session after this is about citizen science. The opportunity for us. Okay, before we start, I would like to have usually with me you will need to give response to the chat and also icon reaction. We have a reaction at Zoom, right? So you can see at the below of your of your PC or laptop. Have have you been are you have you heard about citizen science before? If yes, you did this. If no, you did this. If maybe, you give a clap. All right, everyone. I would like to see your answer, your response for this question, please. Did you did you hear about citizen science before? Before you meet me here now. See this one or this one. Okay, I got some response here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so some of you are yes, some of you are not. Okay, but it's okay. This is how it works. Okay, so I will share with you about what is citizen science and how can it be our opportunity for librarians and also library. Okay, citizen science is a collaboration between scientists and of us who are just curious or concerned and motivated to make a differences. This is according to Science Starter 2022 to 2020. Okay, so who is the and of us who are just curious? It could be me, it could be you, it could be your family, it could be your kids, it could be your brother and sister, your patrons. So everyone who are just curious or concerned. This part is very interesting. I really do love citizen science because you can see at the 4 criteria of when it comes to citizen science, it have 4 elements. Anyone can participate. Participants use the same protocol so data can be combined and be high quality. Data can help real scientists come to real conclusion, and a wide community of scientists and volunteers work together and share data with which the public as well as scientists as the public can access to that data. Okay, so what is citizen science come from? Where it's come from? It's come from open science. It is a 8 pillars of open science. One of it is a citizen science. Okay, you can see also at ASIA we have a citizen science ASIA. At international, at global we have a citizen science association. At Europe we have a European Citizen Science Association. Australia we have a Australia Citizen Science Association, and Asia we have Citizen Science Asia. It's also stated here that focus on easy participation by anyone, collaboration for public good leading. So this is the synergy between citizen science and open science. As you can see, it's a one umbrella. Open science can go to open data. We know that, right? You can go to open access, and it also can go to citizen science. So what is the synergy between open science and citizen science? You can see the accessibility of research, result and process, and participation of volunteer in research. So, what is citizen science in library information science? Okay, before that, citizen science in the easy and layman word is mean that it consists you, we, anyone, in community who are not have any background on that subject. For example, we take astronomy. the one that I am the one that who really passionate about astronomy. I would like to see about the dark sky. I would like to see about the aurora. I would like to see about the sun, moon, and everything. So I'm curious about that, and I love to do some study or reading about astronomy, and I can be a citizen scientist. Yes, without having any background in astronomy, I can be citizen scientist. How? Let me share with you, okay? And we are, as a librarian, we have our role in the citizen science, okay? Citizen science project, we have a library role. So you can see here is library across the country are becoming hub for citizen science, where people can access book, field guide, computers, subject matter expert, and other citizen science resources. Some libraries are even housing citizen science project with specialized kit featuring tools like telescope, light sensor, water quality kits. So that's how library works. And library also can offer advice and assistance on data and do a lot of collaboration with researcher and community. Okay. So of course, when it comes to partnership, when it comes to whatever that we concern in this world, so citizen science also can cover on this 70 SDG, okay? And what is the characteristic of citizen science project? First is an open participation. Like I said, anyone who want to participate and willing to be a citizen scientist. This means that volunteer for that for one project, so you can be one of the team. Collaborative approach is involved collaboration between scientists. It might be the libraries, librarians, library and libraries, okay, and also community and other stakeholders to address scientific question and scientific rigor. So it's also involving collecting data and using a methodology and techniques. And it's about number 4 is a data sharing. So it's when it comes to open science, we know that we goes to the openly shared data with participants and broader scientific community, and citizen science project have the potential to generate new scientific knowledge and contribute to the community action. Okay, how to get library involved? I love to hear about this. How to get library involved? First of all, we need to know about citizen science, and at Science Starter website there is a training modules with the title Libraries as Community Hub for Citizen Science, and these are presented by Science Starter with support from the National Library of Medicine. I love to share here that on May this year, I've been at Arizona State University attending Citizen Science Conference, and I'm so lucky to have NASA sponsoring on this travel cost. So there are a lot of opportunity. One of it is Library as Community Hub for Citizen Science. And what is Science Starter just now? Science Starter is a globally acclaimed web and mobile site that connects millions of people to thousands of real science in need of their help. You can go to this web, and also you also can attend to know about what is citizen science. You can get this free online training. There's not one, there is a 4 actually. But for us, we can go to Foundation of Citizen Science. After that, we can take another free online training, Libraries as Hub for Citizen Science and Data Literacy. It will give free. And it might be take around 30 minutes to 1 hour if you want to read a lot. So you need to go like that, but not one day. It's really can give us information directly and knowledge indirectly about how citizen science work and how it can be related with us. Okay, so you can scan here to join the National Citizen and Community Science Library Network. There is all around the world. Okay, around the world. So you just can scan here, and also you can type with this sciencedata.org/library. So there is a free resources there designed for libraries, specifically for libraries. So if you want to get involved, you can connect with libraries. Okay, from my opinion, from my experience, actually, first of all, you must know what is citizen science is all about. After that, you look at the opportunity at your own library. What is the high curiosity around your community? It might be that you already have a biodiversity project, you have an astronomy project, you have a summer reading project, but you want to involve your community and make it a citizen science project. Have a look on this website first, because it might be there is another project that already been done by the same library, and we can learn from them. And there is a lot of resources at this website. Okay, at this website. So you also can scan here for look at our Citizen Science Asia, what we are doing and how we can support your involvement in citizen science. And it might be a question like this: can any type of library offer citizen science to their community? The answer is yes. If you are from school, library is really good. If you are come from school library, you come from academic library, you come from research library, you come from public library, is the most connected with community. If you come from special library, you can join. You can be a part of citizen science to your community. Okay. So this is, I'm sharing a successful library citizen science partnership. You can see here there is a GLOBE project, the GLOBE program, GLOBE. The engage citizen in scientific data collection to support NASA and NOAA research. So how library participate here? Library participate by offering resources and hosting event. You can start with this. Snapshot Wisconsin. All right, this is a project in which people have to monitor wildlife in Wisconsin. So how library can help? How library can play a role? How library can become a hub by host workshop and provide access to technology and resources that enable people to get involved. And about citizen science activist dashboard. So this is from National Activity Record Administration, with citizen transcribe and tag historical document, library support and resources to help people participate. Yeah, at this number 3 project, it might be eye-opener to you that, oh, citizen science is not only for sciences project. Yes, it is not. It's for all field. All right. You can go to historical, you can go to culture, you can go to art and humanities. It's a lot of opportunity for us, like I say. Okay, so when you want to look at the kit to supporting citizen science, you also can build a kit for your community. How? You can go here and download it first and use all the tools to supply to your community. But before this, I would like to remind, before you download, before you print, and before you use all of the kit, please make sure which field that you can approach first at your community, which field that can make your community create the curiosity and interest at your community before you use this kit. So it might be can help you to understand more about your community and get engaged with your community interest, not your interest. Okay, we are libraries, need to know our community needs, right? Okay, next is how can your community participate in citizen science? There is a lot of way here. You can center citizen science project, book discussion, facilitation tools introduced to citizen science. You can go to activities with astronomy club, nature club, and others event. And also there is a library web. Please feel free to download and read all of this. There is a free and open access. I think that's all from me. This is my this is all of the NASA Citizen Science Project members. So we are attending it last May. Thank you for your attention. Please, if you have a question or you want to look more on citizen science, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you, Farah, for that wonderful presentation. Any contributions? I know some of us, this is a new concept, but we need to explore. Any questions?
It is new, but actually you need to look back because it might be that our library already did something similar with this project, but not too much involved with community. So citizen science, you are get more involved with community and you will learn more about data. Right. I think that there is a question here. Africa, I do believe that there is a more on open science. Basically, the region look more on open science rather than citizen science. They go to open science first and slowly go to citizen science. So for your answer, there is a question here, Melba. So there is no citizen science Africa, right? So I cannot say immediately like this because we need to look at it might be Science Starter and also others website because sometimes they are a project but we are not know about it. So we need to look at it first. But as I know from my experience with the UNESCO this year, there is a movement and also policy in Africa on open science. Yeah, but citizen science, it might be that a new one.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, yes, because of it can goes under ASTEPI, African Science, Technology and Policy Institute. They are doing about open science, but citizen science is still in developing. That's what I know.
I think it's something that we really need to explore. I see the colleague from Malawi is also sharing the same sentiments.
Yeah, so as first, please go to Science Starter and explore the free online training. I will share at the chat after this, the link of Science Starter library. All right, training. It will help us to know more in a easiest way, in a layman words, what is citizen science is about. But to sum up, it's about research, community, and whoever that want to know about something, about that topic, about the topic. All right, I already shared at the. Okay, there is a question here. From your experience, thank you so much for my from Madam Diana from Malaysia. From your experience, current citizen science project and role of libraries opportunity, role only played by public libraries or academic libraries? Okay, this is a very good question. So citizen science project can be run by academic library or public library only. It can be run by both. And the role must be played by both. I will say both because of at certain country, it might be focused on academic library. At certain area, it will starting by public library, but also academic library play a role, but it might be not too much. So they can collaborate together, public library and also academic library. So we can expand more connection with community and also expand more citizen science project with researcher and community. So that's my answer for that question. Okay, is it okay for this? All right, thank you, welcome. Thank you for asking.
Thank you very much. Any more contributions to the previous speakers?
I have a question.
Mm.
Ms. Bara, what was the biggest challenge when setting up citizen science, or maybe what was the biggest hurdle when starting up citizen science?
Okay, thank you. That's an awesome question. What is the challenges to starting citizen science project, right? The first is you need to identify what is the field or niche at your community interest and your team strength on that topic or not. Number one is the subject matters, the topic that you want to explore and you want to get engaged. Number two is the commitment. Is the commitment from the library itself, the librarians, and also from the citizen scientists. Okay, citizen scientists, this is the person who are involved and volunteering to be a part of our citizen science project. So it's a volunteering work. When it comes to volunteering work, it might be we need a lot of their time, and the challenges is the sustainability of that. And number three is to create to make sure that people understand about citizen science is actually surrounding us only, but to make sure that they know that citizen science is not a new thing, but it's an enhanced things to explore that make sure that make us more appreciate our nature and also what happened in our life. It also including climate change. It's also including about our like our planet is an astronomy field. So it's and also our arts and culture, heritage. So it's all in actually. So my answer is three. That's it. I hope that's answering your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Farah. Dragana, are you still there? I think my question also that I wanted to maybe clarify on from your presentation when you spoke about my story that is full of titles against or as opposed to the patronage's story. Is it that as information professionals, we are not presenting our stories well, or we are wrongly presenting our stories? Did she leave? Oh, thank you. Did you hear my question?
Sorry, can you repeat? My internet disconnected.
I have to call you. No, it's fine. I wanted clarity to find out whether we are not presenting what the end user or our stakeholders, the story that our stakeholders are supposed to hear, or we are presenting it wrongly. There's a way you presented it or narrated it to say this story that I have presented before you is full of titles. Now I'm kind of like, I'm here asking myself, are we not presenting our stories well, or are we not convincing our stakeholders or our funders well enough that they buy our stories?
Yeah, I think we have a lot to improve. with our storytelling to our stakeholders, because oftentimes when I hear about different projects, and let me just tell you, most projects fail. Most projects fail in every country. That's because, firstly, they lack the financial backing from the stakeholders, and we oftentimes tell the story from our perspective. So if we would say for our projects, Greetings from Zagreb, the mobile application, if we would say, well, the library thinks this is important, these postcards are very important, the library is important to society, and we are important as professionals, honestly, no one would care. But we presented it in a different way. We came to the Tourist Board of Zagreb and we said, okay, we can offer you this. You will gain another project for your tourists. You will gain a product that you can market. We came to our founders and we said, okay, this will put us on the map. This will put us in media. You know, the library will get recognition. I didn't say I want to do this because I think it's important and interesting. No one cares apart from me, you know? That's the truth. That's the truth. And you have to offer it to them. You have to offer them value. You cannot ask them, you know, be in this begging position. I beg you to give me money. You have to say, do you want to be my partner? You will gain this and this. It will create a value for your organization. You know, when you pitch something to your boss, you cannot say, oh, well, I would like to do this. It was always my dream. You know, everyone has dreams. You say, I would like to do this because it will bring attention to our work. We can get more funding for more projects. So, for example, for these Greetings from Zagreb, we were put on a map in Croatia and international like we never have been. And with that project, we gained a lot of other projects and a lot of other financial backing. And that was our goal. And we could say, okay, thank you for backing us, but we have results and we have a new idea and we need new backing. And they did. You know, you build a portfolio. You have to see it as a business. We in the library sector don't like, you know, we're not business, we're not making money, but everything costs, right?
Yeah.
You have to think like a business. You have to have a portfolio. Okay, I have this project. This was the impact. You know, I have experience, I have something, back me, and you will gain something as well. You will not be handing out money, but you will gain something. So I think we have to shift that focus and we have to sell the story. We really do. We have to pitch it.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Any more questions? Any other contributions, questions before we go to the next presentation? Colleagues, there are no contributions, there are no questions. Any takeaways from so far the presentations that we have had? Just type in your chat box, just type what your takeaway from the 3 presentations are for you as an individual. In your chat box, just type what is your takeaway from the presentation so far. We are just listening. We are digesting. What is our takeaway from the presentations that have been made so far? What are we going to replicate in our libraries? Learned about citizen science. Yeah, it is a very new concept for. Any more contributions? Presentation from AJ. Do we know how to craft our projects now well? So many takeaways. We are trying to summarize. Thank you, Nam. So many. Others? What are we going to replicate? Design thinking idea. Thank you. That was from Croatia, yeah. Design thinking idea from. Colleagues, we are not learning anything.
I guess the project,
Mm.
like the proposal, because initially it's always based on what we as a library are going to gain from the actual project. But then from this, what I figured was initially when you're coming up with a project, it's not always initially about what you as a library is going to gain, but then how is it going to benefit the other individual, the other stakeholder that is involved in that particular project. And I guess citizen science, it seems like a very interesting topic that I'd love to look into.
I like the idea that you have mentioned, especially on how we tell our stories and convincing the stakeholders. Many other times as librarians, we are always complaining to say that we don't get sponsorships, but we are not telling our stories well. And we don't even convince our end users or our stakeholders enough to tell them to say, we'll create visibility, can we partner with you, we'll use your logo on maybe our posters, the flyers, so that we can create more visibility. And that's what most of the organizations want. But if you just go to beg, like Dragana is saying, they will not take you seriously because you are only looking or presenting your own problems and not taking into consideration what the other party is going to benefit from the project. So we need to know how to present our, as we are bargaining for this, for sponsorships, we need to know how to present our, like to communicate. Okay, we have Godwill from Malawi. He's talking about creative thinking, citizen science, the ABCD, the business as usual. It should end where we need to put into consideration appearance, behavior, communication. What is the?
Digital footprint.
Yeah, are we following digital footprint? Okay, then sustainable collaborative library programs development. Very good. So we are following.
I have another takeaway that I
What
got
is the
from,
takeaway?
from the very first
Presentation, yes.
by Dr. Kazali,
yes.
Fazil, is that we should put, there should be a narrative behind the numbers when we present statistics,
Yes,
so that when we get the question about the so what question,
exactly.
we know how to answer it. Like let's say if we say that the library has 10,000 patrons or 5,000 patrons, when we present that and we are asked, okay, so what about the 10,000 patrons?
Yeah.
So there should be a strategy how we should present the numbers strategically, having our own narrative, and also through his presentation, I realized the importance of library associations.
Yes.
That we should all be members of New One.
Yes.
Our memberships should be renewed, and also because that's the only way we can grow
Yes.
the profession. And I've seen it in the case of Malaysia,
Yes.
that the profession was introduced in 1922.
1992.
1922.
Or 22, what?
Yes, 1922.
Yeah.
And then they registered and then it was registered in 1955.
Yes.
And then from there it has grown over the years, and it has really taken, they've really cemented themselves that they hosted IFLA in 2018, and they're looking forward, and then they also now have gotten more of their librarians now serving in several committees